Hey guys, it's James from Blue Strength and Therapy, and I'm here with my assistant Lexi. And in this video, we'll be talking about hip impingement, along with the causes, signs and symptoms, and exercises to help correct it. Hip impingement, also known as femoral acetabular impingement, is a condition where there is an abnormal contact between the ball and socket of the hip joint. This can occur due to a variety of causes, including bony abnormalities, muscle imbalances, or even trauma. Hip impingement can also be caused by sports and activities that require the hip to be in a flexed position over an extended period of time, such as Brazilian Jiu-Jitsu and powerlifting. Muscles such as the hip flexors can also become chronically stiff and have the potential to pull the pelvis forward. This will result in decreasing the space within the joint and can also contribute to hip impingement-related symptoms. One of the most common symptoms of hip impingement is pain in the hip or groin area. This pain may be felt during activities that involve a lot of hip movement, such as climbing stairs or even running. The pain may be sharp or dull, and it may be accompanied by stiffness or a sensation of catching in the hip joint. In addition to pain, hip impingement can also cause limited range of motion in the hip joint. This can make it difficult to move the leg in certain directions, such as turning the foot inwards or outwards. Some individuals may also experience decrease in strength or muscle endurance in the affected hip. Other symptoms of hip impingement may include pain or discomfort in the thigh or knee, which is caused by the impingement of the hip joint affecting the neighboring joints. Additionally, individuals with hip impingement may experience difficulty sleeping on the affected side, as the pain may be intensified when the hip is in certain positions. The primary goal of treating hip impingement is to alleviate pain and discomfort. This may be achieved through a combination of physiotherapy, corrective exercises, and education. Physiotherapy may involve exercises and stretches to help strengthen the muscles surrounding the joint, as well as correcting any muscle imbalances that may be contributing to hip impingement. Another goal of treating hip impingement is to improve range of motion in the hip joint. This can be achieved through different corrective exercises, as well as correcting any bony abnormalities that may be causing the impingement. In some cases, surgery may also be necessary to help correct these abnormalities and restore normal function to the hip joint. The goals of these exercises in the video are to improve the function of the hip joint by improving your overall hip mobility and stability through a combination of stretches, self-releases, and strengthening exercises. Be sure to aim for anywhere between 12 to 15 repetitions or 30 to 60 seconds for 2 to 3 sets per exercise. Only perform the exercises to the point of tension and never pain or discomfort. The first exercise are the banded hip mobilizations. This exercise is a great way to help improve your overall mobility, along with creating more space within the joint and gently stretching the muscles around the area. Start by anchoring a strength band around a stationary object, such as a squat rack, and at knee height. Place your affected leg into the band and pull the band as high as possible around the hip. Take a big step backwards with your opposite leg and into a half kneeling position with the legs bent to roughly 90 degrees. Raise the same side arm overhead while tilting your pelvis backwards until a stretch is felt in front of the hip. If you're having difficulty tilting your pelvis, imagine squeezing your glutes and or pulling your belly button in towards your spine. The second exercise are the kettlebell hip smash. This exercise is an easy way to help loosen the hip flexors, along with freeing up any restrictions in the hip and the surrounding muscles. Start by placing the muscles of the front of the hip on top of the handle of a kettlebell and resting on your forearms for support. Drive the hip into the kettlebell while simultaneously flexing and extending the knee. Slowly work around the area and spending more time on more sensitive areas. If you do not have access to a kettlebell, a foam roller or lacrosse ball can also be used instead. The last exercise are the standing fire hydrants. This exercise is a great way to help strengthen the muscles of the hip, specifically the glute medius, which is heavily involved in stabilizing both the hip and pelvis. Start by placing a hip band around the knees and starting arm's length away from a stationary object, such as a wall or a barbell. Place your hands on the barbell for support and bend the non-working leg to roughly 90 degrees. Be sure to keep the hips and shoulders squared with one another and avoid arching the lower back. Have a slight bend in the stabilizing knee and slightly hinge the hips backwards while keeping your core braced. While keeping the stabilizing leg relatively vertical to the ground, lift the opposite leg outwards. Placing the hip band lower on the leg will also increase the difficulty of the exercise as well. If you enjoyed the video, please leave a like and subscribe to our channel. Please also let me know what other content you'd like to see as well. Lastly, if you're looking for a structured hip mobility program to follow, our Unlock Your Hip Mobility program is a 12-week rehab program that is designed to help strengthen your hips and improve your overall mobility. It includes easy-to-follow exercises with step-by-step instructions and only requires anywhere from 10 to 15 minutes every other day. It is also all done through our easy-to-use app. Click the link in the description for more information and start moving pain-free now.